Alright, welcome back students. Welcome to TutorHub, your e-classroom on YouTube. So today we'll be solving exponential expressions, especially relating to arithmetic or specific numbers. And then we'll be having a separate video for exponential expressions for variables and algebraic expressions. So we'll have tips and tricks here that can be useful for you, and please go through the exercises and the practice problems that we'll have so that you'll be able to understand and master this topic. Okay? But before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be updated of the next videos that we will be uploading. Like this video and leave a comment on what you learned from our lesson today, and leave a comment so that I'll know what specific topics you would like to learn in the next session. Okay? So our first question would be, what are exponents, right? So I've introduced you to the topic and that we'll be learning about exponential expressions, but what are exponents ultimately? Okay? So if you know, or if you're familiar with this, or if you're not, exponents are actually numbers found as superscripts of numbers or variables. Okay? Exponents indicate the number of times the variable or the number is multiplied to itself. So I want you to keep this in mind, right? Because we'll be having examples and problems around about this topic. Okay? So again, exponents are numbers found as superscripts of numbers and variables, and they indicate the number of times the variable or the number is multiplied to itself. Okay, so let's have some examples. Okay, so if you have 5, we call 5 as the base and 2 as the exponent. Okay, so if you notice, 2 is written as a superscript with respect to 5, and we read it as 5 to the second power. Okay, so we read the base first, so that's 5, and raised to the second power. Second power is the exponent of this particular expression. Sometimes we can also call, or the another way of calling this particular expression is 5 squared. Okay, when any number or variable is raised to 2, we call it squared. Okay, that's why 5 raised to the second power is also called 5 squared. Okay, on the other hand, in another example, 7 would be the base for this particular example, and 3 will be the exponent. So how do we read this particular exponential expression? This would be 7 to the third power. So 7, the base, raised to the third power. Okay? Or when any number or variable is raised to 3, we call it cubed. Okay? That's why this expression can also be read as 7 cubed. Okay? Now, any number raised to 4, 5, or 6 would be read as the base, right? Base. And if the exponent, as I've said, is 4 and above, we usually mention the number already, right? I do not know of any shortcuts or any other way of calling exponents above 3, right? So only those numbers raised to 2 and 3 have another way of expressing or reading these exponential expressions as 5 to the second power as 5 squared, and 7 to the third power as 7 cubed, while the rest would be read as, the base to the exponent's power. So for this particular case, 3 raised to 5 is 3 to the fifth power, okay? Or 4 to the fourth is 4 to the fourth power, okay? So that's how we read exponents and we should know or understand the relationship between the base and the exponent. And for these examples, we, we now understand and we now know how we read this particular exponential expressions. Okay, so far, is that clear, everyone? If it's clear, please press the like button. Okay, very good. I think there are only a few who like the video. If you understood it, please click the like button so that we would know that you're so good up to this point. Okay, you're good up to this point. Very good. Now, let's have some exercise on writing the following numbers using exponential notation. So for this particular example, I'll be showing you numbers and I will ask you to convert them or write them as exponential in exponential notation. Okay. So our first example is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7s. Okay. So the particular number that we are considering will become the base of the exponent. So 7 would be the base. And the number of times that we see 7 will be the exponent. Okay, so how many 7s are there? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what would be the exponent for this one? 4. Very good. So this is now the exponential notation for this number. Okay, let's go to the second example. Okay, what would be the base for this particular example? Any guess? Write in the comment section your guess. What would be the base for this particular example? Okay, very good. So that would be 3 because 3 is the number that we can see throughout this particular example. Very good. Now we ask, how many times do we see 3 so that we'll know the exponent for this particular exponential notation. So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that would be 3 to the 7th power. Okay, so 3 raised to 7. Again, we read this as 3 raised to the 7th power. How about the first one? 7 raised to the 4th power. Very good. Okay, so far, who got 2 over 2? Very good, right? Number 3, what is the base for this particular exponential notation? Any guess? Any answers? Very good. That would be 8, right? So 8 would be the base for this particular exponential expression. How many 8s do we see, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 8. So what would be the exponent? That would be 3. Okay, so how do we read this expression? 8 to the 3rd power, or because it's 3, then we can also read this as 8 cubed, right? Very good. Who got it? Who got the correct answer? Very good, students. Let's go to the 4th one. Let's have this problem. This is a bit new to you because so far in this video, this is the first time that we combined two numbers in one particular example. So you have to remember that in algebra, we only combine like terms, okay? So in this case, you see two numbers in this particular expression, okay? 5 and 9, right? Very good. So you see two numbers within this particular example, but we need to remember that we can only combine like terms. So we can only combine 5 with each other and then 9s with each other. Okay? So what would be the first base that we would be having for this example? Very good. That would be 5. And then how many 5s are there? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. So that would be 5 raised to the fifth power. So the base is 5 and 5 would be the exponent. What happens to the nines here? We will multiply 5 raised to the 5 with the second base 9, and then we count how many nines we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 9 raised to the fourth power, right? And this would be the exponential notation for this particular number. Did you get that, students? So it's possible to have two bases in a particular exponential equation or exponential notation, but you have to remember that you only combine numbers with the same bases. Okay, is that clear? Very good. So I hope you all got 4 over 4. If you got 4 over 4, please like this video so that we know that you are getting it. But if you did not, don't worry. You can always replay this video and learn again how to do it, how to solve or how to write exponential notations. Okay. Now let's have another example. Our next example is to evaluate the exponential expression. So in this particular example, we have numbers, right? And I suggest you get your calculators ready beside you so that we'll be able to answer this. Okay, when you say evaluate, that means you solve the value or you determine the value of the exponential expression. Okay, so in our first example, we have 7 squared or 7 raised to the second power. So in this case, you have 7. How do we convert this? What's the equivalent of this one? Right, as a number. So that would be 7 multiplied by 7. So again, our base is 7 and you have two sevens because your exponent is 2. Okay, did you get that? So if you multiply 7 by 7, that would be equal to, get your calculators, what's 7 times 7? Very good, 49. Okay, so now we have evaluated this exponential expression. Is that clear, everyone? Very good. Let's go to the second problem. What about 3 to the fifth? So what is the base? What is our base for this particular example, 3 to the fifth? Is it 3 or 5? Very good. That would be 3. How many 3's would you multiply given this expression? So you look at the exponent. The exponent is 5, so you will multiply 3 5 times. So that would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Very good. So what would be the product, or what is 3 to the fifth? Everybody get your calculators. What's the answer? What is 3 to the fifth? Let's evaluate this expression. This is 243. Did you all get it? Very good. Good job, everyone. Let's go to the third example. Which one is the base for this particular problem? We have 6 or 8. Very good. So that would be 6 because this is the bigger number and 8 is our exponent. This is the one that's written as a superscript. Okay, so how many 6 are there for this particular exponential expression? Very good. There are 8, right? So that would be 6 times 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 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Did you get that? Okay. Now, I want you to get your calculators and evaluate the value of this particular exponential expression. So that's 6 times 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 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. So what did you get? It's quite a big number, right? What did you get? I got 1,679,616. Did you get the same answer, everyone? Very good. Okay, so that's how we evaluate exponential expressions. We multiply the base by the number of times, or by the number of times it's multiplied to itself as indicated by the exponent. Okay, so let's go to the fourth and last problem for this particular exercise. We have 4 cubed times 2 to the 7th. So we have two exponential expressions multiplied to each other. Let's solve them one by one. So you have 4 to the third, or 4 cubed, right? And 2 to the 7th power. Okay, let's do the 4 to the third power first. Which one is the base here? Is it 4 or 3? Very good, 4. And how many 4s do we need to multiply? Very good, that's 3, because that's the exponent here. So that's 4 times 4 times 4. Okay, so this is the equivalent expression for this exponential expression. Now we go to the second exponential expression. That's 2 raised to the 7th power. So how many 2's are there? Which one is our base first? Very good, 2. And how many 2's should we multiply? 7, because that's the exponent. So that would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this would be the second expression equivalent to this exponential expression. Okay, so what is 4 times 4 times 4? What's 4 cubed? Get your calculators, everyone. What did you get? Very good. That's 64 times. What is 2 to the 7th power? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did you get? Okay, that's 128, right? Multiply that by 64. So what's the answer? Let's evaluate this expression. You got 8,192. Did you all get this? Right. Very good. So that's how simple it is to evaluate exponential expressions. Okay. So if you got all the correct answer, comment 4 over 4 in the chat box. Everybody, please comment 4 over 4 in the chat box so that we know that you got the correct answers for this particular exercise. Okay. Then, last but not the least, let's check if you understood our discussion today by identifying the correct expressions, right? Which of the following statements is correct? Okay, so for statement 1, 7 squared, is it equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? Is this the correct expression equivalent to this exponential expression? Right, is this true or false? This is false because 7 is the base, 2 is the exponent. Therefore, this should be expressed as 7 times 7. Okay, so this is actually false. Okay, very good. Number 2, 5 cubed is the same as 3 raised to the 5th power. Is it true or false? 5 cubed is the same as 3 raised to the 5th power. True or false? Everybody, is it true or false? Very good, that's false because 5 cubed is written as 5 cubed, right? 5 raised to the power of 3. So this is false. Number 3, 6 to the 8th power is written as 6 raised to the 8th power. Is this true or false? Very good. This is actually true. And you are very right when you said this is true. And number 4, 4 to the third is the same as 4 times 3. Do we multiply the base with the exponent? Is this true? Very good. This is actually false because the equivalent expression for this is 4 times 4 times 4. Okay. Did you all get the 4 questions? Did you get it all right? Leave a comment, write 4 over 4 if you got this particular segment very well. If you got a perfect score for this section, write 4 over 4 in the comment section. right? So I hope students you learned something today for our lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. And let me know what's the next topic that you'd like to learn so that we'll have more sessions together. Thank you for watching Tutor Hub, your e-classroom on YouTube. Happy learning, everyone!